Hello everyone, my name is Andre McClendon, and today I'm going to talk about how to program an expert advisor using the moving average and the indicator called Aroon Up and Down. Now, I've explained about how to use this moving average multiple times, but basically guys, in a nutshell, it gives you an average price and average direction of what's happening. I'm using this indicator to either placing buy trades or waiting to place my buy trade. And that's basically when the ask price exceeds over this purple line. But this indicator called the Aroon Up and Down, this indicator basically shows two lines, a red line and a blue line. The blue line indicates when it's above as a buy signal, and when the red's below indicates a short position. So if you look right here, how the red is up and the blue is down, it indicates this is a good time to, good time to sell, good time to buy, good time to sell, good time to buy. When they're in a static in the middle, then it's kind of like flat territory or consolidation. So I'm going to use these two indicators and show you guys how to program it step by step. So let's begin. Initially, guys, open up MetaQuotes. It's this button right here. You should get a screen that pops up. The first thing you want to do is go to New, go to Expert Advisor. We're going to call it Moving Average and Aroon Up and Down. And next. So the first thing, guys, we're going to start with the global. We need to put some information into the global. It's going to be called int stop. So make this int called stop. And basically, we're going to be using it to limit our amount of trades that we get into, basically have a reset, okay? We're going to be using the on tick for here, so make this a little bit bigger. Once again, guys, if any questions or comments, drop it below. If you're going to look for the code, it's on my website, so check that out. All right, so the first thing is we're going to be creating our moving averages, okay? So our moving average would be double moving average. So basically, it's going to come out as a non-whole number. We're going to use the code for the basically preloaded code. That's going to be for MQL4. If you guys want to look at the reference, it basically tell you how to program this IMA, and basically it's going to be your symbol, your time frame, your moving average period, your shift, your method, and applied price. And for that, we're going to use something very simple. We're going to use null, comma, 0. That's our time frame, which would be just default. 25 for our period. We're going to use 0, 0, 0, 0, and this will be for the current candle. We're going to do the exact same thing 3 other times, but make sure we do an _1 and put a 1, 2, and 3 here. That means we're going to have this shift for this right here is going to be shift of 1 candle back, shift of 2 candles back, and shift of 3 candles back. Now we're going to be programming our Aroon Up and Down. And we're going to be using iCustom for that, okay? We're going to call this one double Aroon Up and iCustom, and we're going to call this one null. And null is going to basically work on all currency pairs available by the broker. We're going to use a default for the time frames. To change the time frame is going to work on the indicator, but we're going to make sure that we're going to call it Aroon Up and Down. If you download this indicator, make sure you spell it correctly, so when it pulls up the indicator, it actually grabs the correct one, okay? Our period will be 14, and we're going to use 0, 0. Now this 0 is important because you're choosing your mode. Where 0 initially for this indicator is going to be a buy signal, and the one for the below would be a sell signal, okay? Now that we have that too, we're going to be entering our bypassing. What's going to allow us to buy it into a trade? We're going to call this bool bypassing. Now if the ask is greater than the moving average current price, and the close of 1 is greater than moving average, and Aroon Up and Down, the current signal is true, then our bypassing will equal true. Now our next thing we're going to do is our reset, and that's going to be important for a little bit later, but I want to talk about it once we get to that part, okay? And this is going to basically, instead of us always entering a trade after trade after trade, we're going to have a condition in this bool statement that's going to allow us to wait for the next entry, so we're not always triggered into a trade back to back to back. We're going to call it buy reset, and if the bid is less than the moving average and the close of one candle back is less than moving average 1 and candle 2 and candle 3, then it's going to reset our settings, okay, to allow another trade to go in. Now we're going to start off with our if statement, guys, and this if statement is going to say if bypassing is true and orders total equals 0 and our stop, which is up here in the global, equals 0, we're going to be entering our trade, okay? But now here's our trade. We're going to be int buy order send. We're going to use null. OP buy means instant execution buy. Our lot size is 0.01. We're going to do an ask price off of our entrance. We're going to have a slippage of 10, and our stop loss will be the ask minus 100 pips because we're using pound yen. I use pound yen on almost every single video. It's one of my favorite currency pairs. If you're using a different currency pair, make sure you change that or modify it. Our next thing is the ask price plus 400 pips, and that's going to be for our target profit. We're not going to use an order comment or a magic number, and we're going to be using clear orange as a color. And once this order executes, we're going to use something called stop 1. 1 stops and order total equals 1. This cannot enter again. Okay. Now our next thing is how we're going to reset it. Okay. Now the reset is important so we're not constantly entering trade after trade. When the buy reset, when this value here and here equals true, then we're going to have this right here equal true. And once our stop equals 1 and our total orders total equals 0, then stop will be back 0, and then we can enter another buy trade. Right? Compile, runs clean. And now we're going to head back to MetaTrader. And remember guys, our trader is called Aroon Up and Down. So let's go back to strategy tester. I'm going to use pound yen on the 30-minute. You guys can change to whatever time frame you like. We're going to look for moving average. It doesn't matter the settings so much for the time frame, but you can set it to what you like. I picked 30 minutes in the spread as of 5 pips, and we're going to hit start. Now, if you guys are using Strategy Tester, it might take a long time, but this is a very easy program, so you don't have to worry about it lagging so much. So here's our moving average, and here's our Aroon Up and Down. And our period was 14. Here we go. And now we're going to see how it works. We're going to run it right here. So we enter our first trade. It passed right here, and then we're going to enter our next trade. See how it goes. Now, if it's hard to see, guys, you guys can enter your settings. So, and this is how it looks when it looks zoomed out, okay? So, it's not going to enter multiple trades. It's going to enter one trade and wait a bit, enter the next trade, wait a bit possibly. See how we have to wait for the thing to reset? See how it reset right there? And then if it takes us out, we'll lose 100 pips. If we win, we're going for basically a 4-1. Now we wait for the reset, which it did. And let me make the bigger. So we enter our buy trade. We're targeting 400 pips. Now, this is a very simple robot, guys. I programmed this because I had a conversation with the individual about the Aroon Up and Down, and I decided to make this robot for you guys so you guys can utilize yourself, okay? It's very easy to program, as you guys seen so far. It does have a reset, and there's a couple things I would add, especially for a robot like this, but you guys get the gist of it. It's very simple. It only hits 400 pips, and I mean, so far it's not doing too bad. If you look at the strategy, the graph, let's let it run for a little bit. But some tips about programming, guys, when it comes to this, make sure you guys have like some type of reset or some type of condition to keep you out of the trade. While you're in the trade, you don't want to have a whole stack of trades unless you have that for your strategy. And if you do, make sure you program it so you're not having so many orders that if something bad happens, your account's gone. With this strategy, guys, it shows you in depth how the Aroon Up and Down works and how we can be compared or tied with other indicators. So if you tie this with a volume indicator or momentum indicator or some other ones and you attach it together, especially into that bull statement, then this rollout can typically do better. Just to give you guys an example of it, but if you have any questions or comments, guys, please head to my website or talk to me in Telegram. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and it would definitely help me out getting to my number 2,000. And also, if you guys want a custom robot, guys, please contact me on Telegram or through email. That's the video, guys. I'll see you.